Okay, this is part two of the implant modeling tutorial. This is where we're going to model a little bit more detailed anatomy and geometry. We're going to model the threads and then essentially complete this with a little bit more detailed version. So I want to remind you that um, for this particular example, our thread pitch will be 0.6. We do not know, at least I don't know the minor diameter. I'm going to make a guess for it. And we also don't know this angle here, or kind of the geometric relationship of these threads. So we will guess a little bit on the thread, but at least the implant pitch, the thread pitch, will be correct. Okay, so I'm going to hide our shell, hide our plane, and just show you some of the features of the bolt factory add-on. Okay, we take a look at this bolt, and let's make this just try and model the implant that the shank would correspond to the collar. Collar is 4.1. So 9.63 minus 1 would be 8.63 for the body. Major diameter would be 4. The minor diameter we're not sure, but 3.8 kind of makes it look good. Pitch 0.6. Kind of zoom in here. We can change the crest and the root. So the crest is this little width here, and the root is this width here. That. And you can see here that this is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're traveling 0.6 for every one full turn of the threads. So I'm confident that the pitch of the threads is right. But now let's look at the total size of this implant. Notice that we've said 4.1 and it's 0.41. And we also notice that the 0.7 plus 1 plus 8.63, well, right here this should be 9.63, and we're not even up to 9 for our total length in Z. So something about the construction of the threads here results in a shorter than expected overall length. And I think it's related to the pitch. It might only do integer loops of the pitch. So what my plan is to use this to generate a correctly pitched and threaded segment, cut out that segment, and reattach it to our collar and hex. So we'll scale this by, so we'll make this 12 to give us ample threading here. And then we'll scale the whole thing up by 10. Zoom out when we look at our implant shell. We now see that the threads are right on the outer shell that we designed. If anything, it's a little too big, so we could scale that down ever so slightly, but I don't, we're at 0.01, 0.02 difference when we round, so I'm not going to bother with that. We'll hide the bolt for the moment. Take a look at our plane, and I'm going to move it up to 8.63. Sorry. Okay, so that moves us right to the base of the collar. If we wanted to come down here for a bevel, we could move it a little further, but I'm content with this. Okay, so we'll hide the shell, unhide the bolt, select the bolt, add a modifier, Boolean difference, plane. Okay, so that's kind of cuts off the top. Now if we look at this from above and we switch to a wireframe mode, and this is going to be a little difficult to visualize. How can I do this? Okay, so we see that the whole point of having this circular thing is if we didn't have it, these lines would all crisscross across the implant. And just like I showed you before, we're going to want access easily to that outer ring. So my goal is to be able to select just this inner ring and then delete it, have access to the ring. But you see that we've got these crossing pieces here. I'm going to select the plane, tab into edit mode. I'm going to scale these up here so they're pretty close. I may even rotate them a little bit or possibly subdivide. So when I tab out of edit mode, you see we get a little bit better access to this. There aren't as many cords cutting across. We may still have a few, but that greatly decreases it. Okay, out of wireframe mode, hide the plane. Alternatively, we can if we knew the diameter of this circle, which we would have before, right, and we can scale to 4. Scale 0.5. Right? Then we could very accurately let this ring be what cuts it. But because it's not a very high resolution ring, we don't end up with that smooth. So this is probably more detail than was necessary. But okay. So enough playing around with that. We select this, apply this modifier, tab into edit mode, select non-manifold, get this nice ring, delete these. Now we have access to the ring at the top here. We can place the cursor at 8.63, add a circle, scale 4.1, scale 0.5, duplicate, actually don't duplicate, extrude Z1, Shift S, just selected, a circle. Uh-oh. That is not good. Okay, well, we have a little problem there. That we'll have to deal with later. Try this again. There we go. So yeah, so make sure you're in edge select mode when you're selecting those non-manifold vertices. Right. Okay, so there you have that. That is a slightly better modeled implant. So sorry for the little confusion there at the end and a little bit in the middle, where I kind of spent too long explaining the, adjusting the plane. But hopefully that will get people started on modeling with the threads. I'll go over in one more little piece about how to make a hemispherical apex. It's pretty much the same process. Thank you for watching.